Hi there, Shane. Good to see you. I always enjoy it when you pop over for a visit. Thanks, Grandpa. I like coming over here too. I have an assignment for school that I am working on, and I wanted to ask you a few questions about it. Sure, Shane. Always happy to help. What did you need to know? Well, the assignment is about stewardship. I've heard that word before. Is that about giving money to God? And that's what many people think when they hear the word stewardship. They think it's just about putting money into an offering bag or donating money to God through e-giving. That is only part of the story. Stewardship is actually how we look after or care for more than just our things. What is really important to remember is that what you have is a gift from God. God wants us to use all we have to help others to come to know Him. A good steward looks after or manages what they have well. Well, I don't really have that many things. I have my bike, my clothes, and some toys. It's not just about your things, Shane. It's much more than that. It's about how you use your time, your things, the talents, and the gifts God has given you, how you care for the environment, the world we live in, how you care for your body. In 1 Peter 4:10 it says, each of you received a spiritual gift. God has shown you His grace in giving you different gifts, and you are like servants who are responsible for using God's gifts. So be good servants and use your gifts to serve each other. Wow, stewardship is bigger than I thought. It's actually about using what we have to help those around us to come to know God. Yes, Shane, that's right. Matthew 25:29 says, to those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. Oh, I haven't heard that verse before, Grandpa. So what the first part of the verse is saying is that if you use what God has given you well, He will give you more. Now, Shane, some people look at that verse and think that means that if they do what God calls them to do, they will become rich. But what I think that verse is really saying is that God is always going to provide what you need to do what He calls you to do. It may not always be what you want, but it will certainly be what you need. There is a responsibility involved in our part to manage well everything God has given to us. The second part of the text says, but for those who do nothing, even the little that they have will be taken away. Okay. So use it or lose it. And then there is the verse in Luke 12:48. Everyone who has been given much will be responsible for much. Much more will be expected from the one who has been given more. So, the more we have, the more we will be expected to do with it. Yes, Shane. And remember, this is talking not just about our money, but also how we use our time, how we use our talents, how we use all the resources that God has entrusted us with. Because after all, everything we have is God's. He has entrusted us to manage what He has put in our care. Well, thanks, Grandpa. I think I know much more about stewardship now. I will have to really think about how I can use what I have to help others to come to know God. Yes, Shane. That sounds good. Anyway, our time is up for today, but I will look forward to catching up with all of you again next time on Bible Buddies. So take care, stay safe, and God bless.
Learn about our wonderful God each day.
Stop and learn.